This is a video for the quadratics module, and it is the second part of Quad E. Now what I've done is we will be looking at three different methods of factorising quadratics in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c to start with, and then we will be looking at the quadratic formula as well. But the first three methods we'll be looking at are splitting terms, the box method, and the cross method. Now the first two methods are in the textbook, and the third method is actually my preferred method, so I'm going to show you that too. And I'm going to do three different videos, so once you do decide which method you want to do, you can just focus on that one video. So the first video we're going to be looking at splitting terms. Okay. This video is for the quadratics module, and we'll be looking at the second half of the Quad E section. Firstly, in order to factorise some quadratics, it's helpful to use a method that we use for factorising four terms. Now, when factorising expressions containing four terms, where there is no common factor to all the terms, the following steps can be followed. Firstly, group the terms into two pairs. So for ax plus by, bx plus by, we're going to split it. So I'm going to split these two and then those two, and then we factorise. So ax plus by, the common factor there is a, so I put it out the front, and I'm left with a times what gives me ax, it's x, a times what gives me ay, it's y. Now factorise the next bit, both positive, so I'm going to have positive, common, b, and I have x plus y. So now you can see that we have a bracket that is common to both, so we can use at as a factor. So we bring it out the front. Here we have the brackets the same, but I need the a. Here the brackets the same, but I need the b. Okay. Now here is some to practice. I'm going to do the first two, and then I want you to pause and practice them yourselves because there aren't any in the textbook to practice. So firstly, split into two. 4a plus 2b, common factor would be 2, then bracket 2a plus b. Move on, plus common to 2ac and bc is c, bracket, I need the 2a and I need a b. You can see that the bracket is common, so it can come out the front, and we're left with 2 plus c. Okay, next one. Split, 15 plus 5n would be 5, 3 plus n. Move across, they're both negative, so I'm going to put negative, m is in both, becomes 3 plus n. You can now see that bracket is common, so we can have 3 plus n, bracket 5 minus m. Now pause and try the next two on your own. Okay. This one, c a plus 2 here, plus 4a plus 2, brackets the same. So we have a plus 2, bracket c plus 4. Okay, next one, split. 5 bracket a plus 2b, both negative, so bring a negative, and it's 3c is common, and we have a plus 2b. Bracket is common to both, so we put that out the front, a plus 2b, and we have 5 minus 3c. Okay. Now we can use this method for factorising quadratics in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So you can see the difference here is that we now have an a term out the front here. Now the general procedure for factorisation for splitting the middle term is to take out any common factors, find the factors of ac, okay, so that's the first term minus the first constant minus the last, that add to b, and we call these maybe factors f1 and f2, split the middle term, bx, such that we have f1x and f2x, then factorise the four terms. So in the first one here, 6a squared plus 17a plus 5, we multiply the 6 and the 5, we get 30. Now the factors of 30 that add to 17 would be 15 and 2. So we rewrite 6a squared plus 17a plus 5 to be 6a squared plus 15a plus 2a plus 5. Now we use factorising 4 terms. 6a squared and 15a would be 3a bracket 2a plus 5. And now we have 2a plus 5 already, so it's like having a 1 and then 2a plus 5. We can now put that out the front, and inside we have 3a plus 1. Okay, let's look at the next one. 3 times 6, or 3 times negative 6 in this case, is negative 18. Now factors of negative 18 that add to give 7 would be 9 and negative 2. Okay, so let's split. So we've got 3x squared plus 7x minus 6 would become 3x squared plus 9x minus 2x minus 6. Doesn't matter which one you put first, by the way. 3x squared and 9x would be 3x bracket x plus 3. Then minus and a minus, so we bring the minus out, 2 bracket, and it'll be x plus 3. The brackets are the same in both, so we put that out the front and go 3x minus 2. Okay, next one. 6 times negative 8 is negative 48. And we want, oh wait a second, just thought of a problem. We have 6, 8 and 8. There is a common factor, which is 2. So we have 3y squared minus 4y minus 4. Be careful of that. Okay, now 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. 2 factors that multiply to give negative 12, add to give negative 4, would be, in this case, negative 6 and positive 2. Okay, so we can rewrite it. We've got 3y squared minus 6y plus 2y minus 4. This will then become 2 bracket splitting here. We have 3y as common, so bracket y take 2. Next, plus 2 bracket y take 2. Now because we have round brackets already, they should really be square brackets. So now I have 2, and then we've got y minus 2 comes out the front, and 3y plus 2. So that's complete. So that's one method of factorising quadratics. The next method is what we call the box method. So 3x squared plus 7x minus 6. So what we do is we draw a box. Okay, now in this part of the box we put the first term, and in this part of the box we put the last term, and ensure that the signs are included. Now we determine the factors of AC. Okay, so AC is 3 times negative 6. Wait a second. That's negative 18. So the factors of AC that add to give B. So that's very similar to what we were doing in the previous method. Okay, so in this case it would be 9 and negative 2. Okay, so we're going to split the middle term and enter the two terms 9x and negative 2x. Now it doesn't matter which way you enter it. I could have put it to negative 2x here and 9x there. Okay, now what we do is we write the common factors of each row. Okay, so if I look at this row here, the common factor would be x. If I look at this row here, the common factor would be 3. Okay, now I look down the columns, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So I look down this column, common factor would be 3x. Then I look down the next column, and the common factor would be -2. Okay, once you've done that, you've now got what goes in your brackets. Okay, in one bracket will be x plus 3, and in the other bracket is 3x minus 2. So 3x squared plus 7x minus 6 becomes x plus 3 and 3x minus 2. Note, it could have been written 3x minus 2, x plus 3. Okay, so let's try and do another one. Draw a box. Okay, 3 times -6. This is exactly the same question. So what do you do now? Well, if you like that method, you might want to complete exercise quad E1. That's the rest of that exercise that you'd already started, using the splitting method. If you're still not sure about that method, you might want to look at the videos for the other methods that I've provided.